escaping with ET.
G'day and welcome to the show. Well, have a look at this beautiful mahi-mahi. I'm staying at Trees and Fishes Resort in Vanuatu and we're out fishing with the boys from Ocean Blue. A great mahi-mahi. We've got loads of action on the show. Check it out.
It's mahi-mahi madness in Vanuatu, and I'm not the only one catching it.
Look at that for a pretty fish.
Back home in Oz, it's Brim from my hobie.
Brim? Not too bad.
Which our chef Paul quickly cooks with soda water.
That's the crazy part.
Tow it away from the fad.
Vanuatu gives me a big finish with a hard-fighting blue marlin.
Blue marlin, huh?
And we wrap it all up with the mother of all nanny guy.
Wow.
On a beautiful stretch of secluded beach, an easy drive north of Port Vila, Trees and Fishes is a luxury retreat and spa where traditional Vanuatu culture combines with world-class hospitality in a serenely natural setting. Guests can take all their meals here with their toes literally in the sand. Breakfast in the beachfront dining room is a great way to set yourself up for fishing the blue waters just a few steps away from where you're sitting. So I'm properly prepared for a day out on one of the resort's boats.
Well, this morning we're heading out of Trees and Fishes Resort on board with the boys from Ocean Blue Charters. We're heading out to one of the fads, and one of the most important things to do before you even step on board, whack on a life jacket. Now, I've got this little fella on the side. Often I'll be wearing the normal life jacket, but today, very hot and humid. It's going to be difficult. Also, I'm doing a lot of game fishing out there, so there'll be a lot of shuffling with rods and reels. So it's going to be one of those days where just the little hipster is going to do the job. We're working wide today out in deep water, something around the 1,400 metre mark, so incredibly deep, and we're chasing yellowfin tuna. That's our target species.
No matter what you target in waters as beautifully rich and abundant as these, every cast is like a ticket in a lucky dip. You just never know what's going to strike next.
So there's a whole range of different species that are attracted right here. And one of the boys just hooked up, nice mahi-mahi, just jumping out the back. Beautiful fish. You'll keep him?
Of course. A beautiful fish, and now Monique's on too.
That's it. Go, Monty. Watch the motors. Put the rod down, Mitch. Move the row down to the ground. Yep, there we go. Beautiful mahi-mahi, dolphin fish. Monique's on as well, but Andre's sort of giving him a helping hand. Beautiful eating fish, so a great fish to put on the table each night. Yeah, Monique's got a tiny little fish on. Looks like a little baby yellowfin. We might slide him on a live bait hook and throw him back down. What do you think? What a beautiful size.
Of course.
Yes. Very good. And when you're chasing these big pelagics, the really big fish, these are the sort of baits that you actually need. Big baits like these stripies, little yellowfin, and that's what it's all about. The little ones get eaten by the big ones.
And when I cast out to the fat again, it doesn't take long for me to hook up as well. And it's a biggie.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, the fad's right next to us. We've got this beautiful dolphin fish on. We caught a couple of small ones first, and I'm not quite sure if this one is a male or a very, very big female. And they're a super powerful fish too. Great fish to catch. As you can see, the fad's right beside us, and these fish absolutely love hanging around fads. You can get them out off Sydney, all the way up the coast, often down the coast a little too if the warm current's pushing down. But over here in the tropics, perfect conditions for them. Nice and warm water. Look at that for a pretty fish. Oh. This is one of the beautiful little Shimano lures. It sort of works as a stick bait. Just little fellas, absolutely fantastic. A couple of twitches and this big girl came across. It's actually a female mahi-mahi.
Once my photo session's done and dusted, it's quickly back to the action. And this time it's Monique who's lined up as a partner for a mahi-mahi hula dance.
Beautiful fish. Oh, yeah, cool. Let's see. Oh. That's it, lift him up a little one now.
After an energetic morning at sea like that, Trees and Fishes is a welcome retreat for the afternoon, where Monique and I plan to relax and enjoy the soothing therapy of the resort massage and spa. What a luxurious way to end your day in this private piece of paradise.
Well, this morning I'm here with Mick from Gamakatsu. Now, these are fantastic. Twin hook rigs.
That's right, the twin hook rig using the Gamakatsu hooks, available from a size 2.0 to 7.0 in black and red, and they come pre-snelled, pre-rigged, ready to go.
These are two beautiful snelled 40-pound line, absolutely ideal for kingfish, your snapper and also your mulloway. A perfect rig, so you can just tie them straight on and away you go.
That's it, and as the hooks get bigger, the leader gets heavier too, so it's all relative. You just don't have big hooks and light line. It's all done perfectly for the fishing conditions you use them for.
Gamakatsu is the way to go.
Escaping with ET.
Well, this week finds me at Southwest Rocks. I'm fishing with a good friend and chef Paul Brahini, and we're on the hunt for some brim. We're using atomic vibes, and we're casting forward of the kayaks and just working them back. So hopefully some brim turn up soon.
Oh,
Here we go. Yeah, lots of head shakes. Feels like not a monster, but definitely a brim. Not too bad.
and that's on the vibe.
Yep, little atomic vibe, this one. Okay, and we'll actually keep this one for a feed. Paul, our chef, is going to cook us up a beautiful brim meal.
And we're not alone on the hunt for a meal. The dolphin put on enough of a show to take our minds off our own fishing for a moment.
Good country, mate, that's for sure. Aye?
God, yeah.
How fantastic is that?
Just got to be careful where to cast.
Oh, I'm on, Andrew.
Good stuff,
mate.
Paul. Well done. Brim?
I don't know what it is. Oh, he's going hard. Yep, a brim.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, first brim on one of these type of lures, that's for sure. It's fantastic.
That's good, mate. Well done. Do you need to keep that one, or you can let him go?
Oh, I think we can let him go, mate.
Yeah, right. So that one
Yeah.
I've got, that's good enough for dinner.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's good, mate. Well done.
Well, mate, you're going to get to live another day. And away he goes.
A beautiful end to another day of great fishing with a mate. Good fishing, good food, with the help of your local greengrocer, Creo Crush Seasonings, Sandhurst Fine Foods, and the Barbecue and Fireplace Centre Sunshine Coast. Chef Paul Brahini and I are preparing to show you another great seafood dish.
Well, Paul, what a place to cook up some seafood here at Scott's Head.
Fantastic.
We had a really good afternoon session on the Brim. How do you like to cook them?
We've got some fantastic produce here from Sandhurst and also from your local greengrocer.
So lots of fresh produce to work with.
Yeah.
Now, where do you start?
On the barbecue, mate.
On the barbie?
Yeah. What we're going to do is basically sear this fish, and then we're going to gently poach it in some of this soda water that we're using. Basically, what I'm going to do, a tiny bit of flour, stops it from sticking. Now we're just going to put a little bit of olive oil on here. Well, the olive oil that we're using today is sensational. So I'm just going to pop this straight on the barbecue.
All done.
Yeah. The good thing about this dish is that we don't need to worry too much about the fish being cooked all the way through, because I'm going to actually finish it in the pan. What we need to do is get some oil in this pan, which I've preheated as well. We're just going to saute some onions off. Our tomatoes are going in. I'm just going to have to cut these, Andrew, just quickly. We've got our tomatoes in there, our onions. Capers are going in there now. Okay.
It's salty too.
Yeah, a little bit salty. Next, we're going to put in our olives. Beautiful green olives in there. They're really, really nice. And some black olives as well. Just going to give that a bit of a toss round now. And now I'm going to add my soda water.
So this is the crazy part.
Yeah, be careful. Last time I did this, it exploded on me.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, we've got to be
Okay.
careful. Oh, there we go. That's the crazy part. Okay, so a little bit of soda water goes in.
So what's the soda water do?
deglazes the pan. Then what I'm going to do is reduce it down.
So you get all the flavours in one big mix.
Yeah. On with the fish. What this does is actually gives us a really nice flavour through the dish.
Oh, yeah.
So you get like a two-textured fish.
that's
it's pretty
perfect.
cool. Yeah. The next thing I've got to do is just emulsify this sauce. We just add a little bit of butter in there. It starts to make a sauce. Beautiful smells. You smell that? Sensational.
I can. I'm just sitting straight over it.
So then we're just going to plate up. Unfortunately, we've taken a fish and we want to respect it, so we want to try and cook it to the best ability as we possibly can. And this is a real simple thing for people to do at home as well, you know.
The fish has been fabulously cooked on the beef eater from the guys at the Barbecue and Fireplace Centre up on the sunny coast where you're from, mate.
That's right, mate. That's right.
And then we've got all the others, Creo Crush and Sandhurst, and of course your local green grocer.
Mate, we're very, very lucky to get these guys on board.
Well, this
So what do you reckon?
Absolutely magnificent.
And you can find the recipe on our website. Remember what I said earlier about what you target in these fish-rich waters of Vanuatu, not always matching what you get.
We're aiming at yellowfin tuna, but the little yellowfin, well, it's hooked up a marlin. And I guess that's a thing that can happen out here. Plenty of big fish, tuna, marlin, of all sizes. But we've already had the fish jump, so we know what it is.
And because I know it's a marlin, I also know only too well that getting it to the boat is far from guaranteed. It's going to take coordinated effort from both the man on the rod and the hand at the helm.
Just tow it away from the fad.
Clear water, but I'm no closer to a certain catch.
Fish out the back there. Woo! The little fella. Little bubba. It's good. It's amazing, hey? The whole food chain happens around these buoys, these fads out here in the middle of nowhere. All the little tuna around. And so obviously fish, such as marlin, which are going to eat these tuna right there on the spot. So might jump again here, this bloke. He's only a little one.
But there's no such thing as a little fight with any marlin, so I have to play it patiently. And it's a tension-filled time for the whole crew as much as it is for me. With no game chair to brace myself against, I have to use all the power I can muster in my legs to keep this fight going. And it's going to keep going for a long time yet. I'm grateful that my polarised tonic sunglasses are making sure my eyes aren't as stressed as my muscles. And while it's only just me one-on-one with a fish,
Yeah, keep going there, that's good.
there are times when I can get a little manoeuvring help from the skipper. And when I finally worked the marlin close enough to be within range of our Garmin Verb underwater camera, it's suddenly all over in the blink of an eye.
Little blue marlin, huh? Well, what about this, hey? Little blue marlin. We raced out to the fad, and this is what we ended up with, this beautiful little blue marlin. And they're here in big numbers, the blue marlin. They grow well over 300 kilo. This one's about 50 kilo. Beautiful fish, this one. Always happy when I catch a marlin. And I haven't been to Vanuatu for a few years, so it's a welcome catch, this blue marlin. And we'll put this fella back. Gorgeous fish, always love catching marlin. And in this sort of water, rich blue waters of Vanuatu, it's always a big pleasure.
It's all in a day's work when you head out with the boys from Ocean Blue Fishing Charters.
And at the end of the day, you head back here to Trees and Fishes Resort, set right on the water at Port Havana. Absolutely magnificent spot, and I'm looking forward to waking up tomorrow and heading back out wide to chase a few more of those big pelagics.
Be sure to catch all the action when we come back here again next year. For now, it's time to kick back and enjoy all the relaxation of this magical retreat, where our dinner tonight is served in the luxury and privacy of Villa Luca, the exclusive 4-bedroom retreat within a retreat for 8 extremely pampered guests. With hospitality like this, it's easy to see why I want to return to Trees and Fishes Vanuatu.
Whether you're fishing in a boat or a Hobie, having a superb mapping system like this Garmin EcoMap 75 SV, it makes a day out on the water a whole lot of fun. I'm continuously watching the Garmin as I pedal along, trying to find those crucial elements: the bait fish, the structure, and of course those big predators. My Garmin shows me every detail that I'm after. Once I find the bait fish, usually hanging around a drop-off, I know I'm right in the zone. Now this is exactly what I'm after. The Garmin EcoMap 75 SV is my eyes underwater.
Escaping with ET.
Back home in Australia, I'm on the long haul north into Queensland, and my Mazda BT50 is loving the open road. It feels as if my big Quintrex Yellowfin isn't even on the trailer behind, and it's soon powering me just as easily out to the reef waters of the Capricorn coast.
Well, we've headed north from Keppel Bay Marina, up in the central coast of Queensland, a magnificent spot. But the marina itself, a huge place to berth your boats of all different sizes. We've headed out wide to chase a big reef species, the nanny guy. It's got a lot of different names, but I usually call it the largemouth nanny guy. They are a fantastic eating fish, an incredible predator, and let me tell you, once you get your eyes on it, you'll say they're one of the prettiest looking fish in the ocean. One of the best ways to catch really big fish is to use the bait that they love to eat. And right at the moment, we've just checked the sounder. The big Garmin is just loaded with bait fish on the sounder. So what we're gonna do is we'll use this sort of rig. This is the twin power, short little stumpy rod, 100-pound trace, and a really big 9.0 Gamakatsu hook. And that'll just slip in the live bait. We might get a big fish.
Got enough head shakes for a big nanny?
It does.
Have to get your big net eventually.
It's all right.
Take your time.
We're out chasing a big predator today. And it's really the home of them up here. We call them largemouth nanny guy. They've got many other names, but that's the way I like to think of them. It's a big, red, pinkish sort of fish with a bit of silver underneath, huge big mouth, and oh my God, are they good to look at and good to catch and great to eat.
Let's grab the net.
Oh, shark's just come through and snipped him. Well, the reason why we've pulled up right here is because the Garmin is showing us a really big, red, hard blob, lots of fish all around it. The whole thing is loaded with fish. You've got to have really good marine electronics to actually be able to find these fish. And down the back here, we've got our Marine Pro batteries, our Century batteries. Really important to make sure that you always put marine batteries on a boat. Marine Pro batteries by Century are built for these conditions, and this is a beautiful day, but when it gets rough out here, lots of slamming, lots of pounding, and those batteries are built specifically for that purpose.
Here we go.
Let's crank him up a bit, try and get him up.
Please be red.
Get the net.
Net's in. Out of gear. Red.
Red, all right.
There's red. Hey, we got our fish. At
Now
last.
that's a red nanny guy. Look at that baby.
Now that's a red.
Yeah, baby. All right.
Well done.
Well done. That's an absolute cracker.
That is a great fish.
That is a great fish. Oh, wow. Oh, and they're one of the best eating fish around.
Beautiful fish. Yeah.
Such a beautiful fish to eat. Different from a red emperor. These nanny guy, what else do they call them up here? Is
Red Jew is
Red
the
Jew,
common
yeah.
name. Yeah.
red Jew,
Saddletail.
sea perch.
Yeah, scarlet sea perch.
Scarlet sea perch.
Sea perch again next week? Maybe not, but I'll see you somewhere else on the water in our next big episode.